Hey all, it's Nicole. Thanks for watching the video today. I just wanted you to know I don't get paid by anyone. I am just trying to gather great minds out there that want to stop the corruption and keep our democracy intact. Please feel free to reach out with any of your ideas. I'd love to hear from you. My friends and fellow Americans, look around. We live in a nation divided, not by geography, but by loyalty to two political machines that thrive on keeping us apart. Every fight, every headline, every election seems to boil down to us versus them. We've been split, right against blue, right against left, until we can barely see that none of us are winning. We need to ask ourselves, is this two-party system really serving us anymore? Or is it just tearing us apart? Because when we're busy fighting each other, corruption thrives. The problem is division masquerading as democracy. The founding fathers warned us. George Washington, in his final statement, farewell statement, said that the spirit of party agitates the community with ill-found jealousies, and today he was right. We have a system where the goal of each election isn't to serve the people, it's to destroy the other side. Two parties raising billions, trading insults, blocking bills, and dividing us while they profit. This isn't governance. This is political theater. Both parties swear they're different, but when it comes to money, influence, and power, they start to look a lot alike. Take one of the darkest examples of elite corruption in the recent decade, Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein was not a partisan figure. His money and connections reached across the aisle. Republicans, Democrats, Wall Street elites, Ivy League institutions, powerful people from both sides looked the other way. Court records show that government officials and high-profile figures accepted donations, favors, or access from Epstein for years, even after his 2008 conviction for soliciting a minor. He met with former presidents, cabinet members, intelligence officials, and business titans, and still moved freely between the worlds of power and politics. Why? Because our two-party system protects power before it protects people. Accountability dies when corruption has friends in both parties. But imagine something different. Imagine an America where you have one unified, people-driven political movement. Not Republican, not Democrat, not left or right, but forward. A one-nation party built on problem solving, not party loyalty. Inside it, people from every walk of life debate, challenge, and collaborate. But at the end of the day, we work towards one shared mission: a better life for all. A system where ideals compete, not tribes. Here's what happens when we remove the party filter. Picture it. No more campaigns built on fear. No more politicians holding progress hostage just to make headlines. Elections focused on solutions, not slogans. Instead, a government focused on the economy, education, healthcare, the environment, not partisan talking points. When we remove the partisan gatekeepers, the power goes back to where it belongs: the people. And history proves that this can work. Nations like Singapore and Switzerland, with their consensus-driven politics, rank among the least corrupt and the most trusted governments in the world. There are concerns, and we would have to have safeguards. And I know some will say, but wait, one party? Isn't that dangerous? Doesn't that lead to dictatorship? And that's a fair concern. But that's why we protect our democracy with transparency, term limits, and citizen oversight right from the beginning. How do we make sure we never let this kind of moral rot settle in again? First, total financial transparency. All donations visible in a public database, updated daily. Every dollar, every meeting, every lobbyist, publicly visible in real time. 2, huge one, term limits. Because no one should make a career out of staying in power. No revolving doors between government and corporate lobbying. 3, citizen oversight commissions with ordinary citizens seated alongside auditors and journalists. 4, digital records of accountability. Every political decision logged, time-stamped, and searchable by the public. 5, public campaign funding. No more billion-dollar donors buying influence. No more super PACs or foreign influence. Number 6, blockchain voting and record keeping. Every vote counted, every action traceable. Because power must never be absolute. Not in the hands of 2 parties and not in the hands of one. If this system had existed 20 years ago, maybe somebody like Jeffrey Epstein couldn't have relied on influence and silence. Maybe his victims would have seen justice sooner. But change doesn't start in Washington. It starts with us, with people who refuse to be divided, who refuse to be distracted from what really matters: truth, justice, and humanity. We can build this, not with violence and not with hatred, but with courage. When enough Americans say no more, when enough of us refuse to defend corruption hiding behind colors, that's when change begins. So what do? We can demand open primaries and ranked choice voting so new voices can rise. I mean, midterms are coming up. Maybe we can all write in one nation for everybody's vote. We can protest peacefully and in unity. We protest every state capital and the nation's capital. Let's see if there's any honest politicians that'll step forward and make this happen. Because every act of unity, every voice that refuses division, becomes a brick in the foundation of a new political future. Closing the revolution of unity. America doesn't need 2 parties to represent 330 million people. It needs one clear conscience. We've seen too many scandals brushed aside, from corporate bailouts to secret meetings, from insider trading to the tragedy of Jeffrey Epstein's manipulation of power. And every time both sides said, "That's not us." But it was, and it is. And America has done the impossible before. We ended monarchy. We abolished slavery. We gave women rights to vote. We marched for civil rights. And now it's time to end bipartisan division and corruption. Let's build an era where power serves as truth, not the other way around. We have always been at our best, not when we fought with each other, but when we stood together. So let's stand and let's rise and let's stop the divide. Let's rebuild a nation that our children will not only be safe in, but one that they'll be proud to live in. One nation, one voice, one future. If you believe in this vision, and if you're ready to unify, don't wait for change. Be the change and join the movement for our one nation. Please like and subscribe. It's free and really helps the channel. YouTube doesn't put you into the algorithm if you don't have at least 500 subscribers. So I would really appreciate the help. Also, I want to hear from you. I really want to hear your thoughts. Do you think this can work? Do you have ideas to stop the corruption? Leave me your comments or reach out to me at thevigilantmimi@gmail.com. See you next time.